everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe, and today we are going to do part 1 of how did they dry from the 30 days, 30 different acrylic pour series. So I'm going to try to do 15 in this video, and hopefully it won't be too long, and then I can do 15 in the next. So we're going to start with day 1, and this was a split cup using a lot of metallic colors and white, even though none of the white really showed up here. Got a lot of purple cells throughout. Cells really all throughout from different colors. I'll do a quick dry close-up. None of these are sealed yet. Ooh, that'll be a cool series. See how many different types of sealers I can find that I haven't tried yet. Ideas. So that's the first one. And then after that we did, day 2 was a tree ring. And here's this one dry. I really like the way this one came out as well. It had a lot of metallics. Look how shiny that is. Oh, so pretty. Do a quick close-up. I really like the electric lime in here. I think that lime really pops with these other colors. And then after the tree ring, we did the bottle bottom. And I think we drug the stick through each of these petals. I think that's what this kind of turquoise line is in each of them. This one has all my favorite colors in it, so absolutely love it. Yeah. And then the next one was an open cup pour. This one's probably not one of my very favorite ones. And really the key is when you have that cup in there, how to get it off without leaving a big glob of paint. Definitely think it was successful. Just liked a lot of the cells that came up while the paint was happening, and this right here is mainly from the middle, from when I lifted that cup up. But honestly, kind of looking at it now, growing on me. Look at all this like lacing. None of this is cracked. It just has that crackly kind of look to it. We've got cells here. This is more of what I was kind of liking. These red cells, they just kind of took over, so we had to kind of run them off. But now, kind of looking at it, it is growing on me. We did a strainer pour, and this, if you go back and watch the end of the video, looks nothing like it. And it took me a while to figure out which painting this was, because this one also glows in the dark, and that glow-in-the-dark paint is very, very transparent. So I was looking for a painting that had a bunch of white in the middle from that glow in the dark, and it's transparent, so the turquoise underneath is what you're seeing, but we'll show it in the dark real quick. I don't know how charged it is. I don't really think it's coming through a lot on the camera. It's definitely glowing in person, but I'm not seeing it on the camera, so I'm going to try the black light and see if that helps. So like this is the area, what's glowing is what glows in the dark. Let me see if the black light will charge it at all. There you go. See it a little bit better. There's some in each corner as well. So it looks super cool. But if you go back to the original video, it glows very well in the video. All right, and then day 6 was a turkey pour where I poured paint over my hand. And this one, all the lines turned out so pretty on here. And this one also glows in the dark, but they've been stored away, so they're not very charged. So I will try that again real quick, but we'll probably need the black light, so I'll go ahead and get that handy. So you can see where it glows. But again, it glows very well in the original videos, and I'll link all of those in the description. Sorry, I'm just having fun with the black light, seeing if I can get it. It lasts for like half a second. But there's one coming up that is actually glowing very well. All right, and then day 7 was a swipe pour using black for our swiping color, and the table was very unlevel, so we got a lot of movement and not so many cells. You're going to see this. These were cells that then drifted away. Turned out pretty dark, but sealing it will help bring out those colors. Love this technique. This was just not as well as executed as I would have liked. And then here's our next one that glows in the dark. This was day 8. And this was a reverse dip. So you pour all the paint on the canvas. I laid down the plastic wrap and then lifted it up kind of in a spirally pattern. And this one also glows, and this one actually glows really well. It must have been exposed to light while it's being stored. So I'm gonna turn the lights off and you'll see it glow, I'm pretty sure instantly. Oh, it's not showing up on the camera, but it's doing so good in person. Let me get the light for you. But it's like this part here. This is the lime green. This is the glow in the dark. Really pretty. See if we can charge it for a little bit, and there you go. All right, and then this was day 9, and this was a marble pour using all kinds of shades of pink and purple and white. Very successful here. I done one before. It's not posted. That was not as successful just because there wasn't enough contrast, but this one turned out perfectly. It's actually, I had to pull it off the wall in order to do this painting, so I'm already displaying this one of my favorites of this series. And then day 10 was a traveling tree ring pour. Again, we had some contrast issues, so I fixed that by running kind of these ribbons through the center. So it kind of looks more like a ribbon pour now, but I still really like it. I love the way this one turned out. I love the shimmeriness of those metallics in here. I definitely didn't like that I had to do that at the end, but I love the way the piece came out, so it's kind of a win-win. And then day 11 was a Wrecker ring pour, and this was using leftover paints that included silicone, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, so if I am, ignore it. But this one, too much paint was left on the canvas, and from the silicone, it left some bare spots on the canvas. Even though that happened, for some reason, this piece still really appeals to me. It's very colorful, very fun. Normally I hate when that happens, but for some reason this piece just, I still like it. I like it in this direction though. This is the way I like it. But yeah. And then day 12 was a deviled egg tray flip cup. So I poured the paint in the different holes for the eggs, flipped them over, and got this. I think we did have to blow a little bit of the paint out to make the design the way I wanted it, but it turned out absolutely fantastic. The middle, it looks like it did maybe crack a little, but there was a white base coat, so it just shows the base coat, so it's really not that bad. I think without looking too closely at it, I wouldn't really be able to tell. There's just a few small areas, but it fits well. It's a flower, so it's not going to be perfect. And then here is day 13. This was a funnel pour on a spinner, and it dried perfectly. Not a lot of movement. Got this kind of like webbing. I like to call it like lightning is what it reminds me of. And then this section here, really happy with the way this piece turned out. Obviously it's my favorite colors, so that helps as well. Then day 14 was a grenade pour. This one I feel like moved a whole lot. If you went and saw the video and then came back and watched this one, you wouldn't be able to tell it was the same two pieces. It was so pretty, and I don't really know what happened. I think either it dried too fast, it may have been unlevel. It's still pretty. It'll make a great background for a seascape, which I might do with it. But just completely different than how it originally poured out. And then finally, day 15 was the rose pour, where we used the bottle bottom with greens to make the background, and then a kiss pour using pinks and purples to make the rose, and then spun it out on a spinner. This one dried absolutely perfectly. Look at how pretty that rose is with all of the depth with the different colors. We've got the pink in there from, I think it was Razzle Dazzle. We've got the blues in there, the whites on the edges, and then some of these leaves just turned out perfectly. So yeah, really, really happy with this one as well. Let me know in the comments from the first 15, which one is your favorite or favorites if you have trouble picking just one like I did. I will go back and rewatch this and leave mine there as well, so you can check out my favorites in the description. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do what makes you happy.